Hi everyone, it's Sue Plumb here to share another scrapbooking process video with you. Now today's layout that I am sharing is my fourth project using the Kitaholic Kits February kit, and I'm actually going to be documenting some photos of my daughter. Now I'm going to show you something first. So this here is where I had a little bit of a play with the Dilutions shimmer spray on some cardstock, because I did say in my unboxing video that it was my intention to create a layout using one of the sprays as a spray. So I sprayed this sheet of cardstock. I had really good intentions, but then when I started to pull out the papers and figure out what I was going to do, it didn't actually work for what I had in mind. So I just thought I'd show that, confess to you all, I've put it aside and I will actually use it for something else instead. So what I did with this project is I grabbed out that beautiful mixed media style paper there, which is one of the Heidi Swap Art Walk papers, and I thought I would use that for my background instead. Now it was a little bit too plain for my liking, and I really wanted to pick up some of that beautiful blue that's in the paper. So I grabbed out one of my Distress Oxides, I think that's Faded Jeans there, and one of the Vicky Bouton Storyteller stencils that we got in a previous kit. And I just added a little bit of stenciling over the three areas of the page where the mixed media appearance was a bit heavier and where there was a bit more of the blue present in the page. And then because I had a bit of excess oxide left on my sponge, I thought I would just go around and actually ink the edges of the page a little bit. So pretty simple mixed media. I let the paper do most of the work for me, and then I added some simple stenciling, and that was it. Now, getting back to the other papers. So what I did was, besides the Heidi Swap paper that I'm actually using for the page background, I had some of that beautiful blue paper there, which is one of the Vicky Bouton Storyteller papers. So I was using that for my anchor piece for my photo mat. And I'm going to add in a few other little bits and pieces. I add in, I think, some of the Amy Tan paper, one of the Amy Tan papers that's in the kit, into my layers. But I was basically going with that sort of pink and blue colour palette. Even though my photos were largely neutral, you can see there's a few sort of little pops of pink in there from the donuts, but because it was for my daughter and I haven't done much pink lately, I thought, yep, I might use the pink papers from the kit. So I was sort of looking at what I had in there that I could tuck into the layers. And you'll see that little piece that I've tucked there that's got that sweet little floral print on it that I've tucked down on the left-hand side there. I actually just cut that 3x4 piece in half, and I tucked some of it under the left edge of that blue paper and some of it under the right edge of the paper a bit higher up. I'm using a pretty pink polka dot doily from my stash. I believe that may even be a doodlebug doily from many years ago. What else was I going to put in my layers? Oh, of course I'm going to put some frayed gauze in there for texture, and I am using my distress tool. That's my Heidi Swap distress tool, which has been going strong for well over 10 years now, to add a bit of distressed texture to the edges of my papers. So I had actually stuck those two photos together at the back with a little bit of sticky tape so that they would stay in place where I wanted them to be. I also added some scrap cardboard to the back of them just to help pop them up from the page. And as I said, I'm going to add some frayed gauze underneath those photos before I stick the photos down on my page. Now, getting back while I'm fiddling around with papers here, you can just keep watching what I'm doing and I'm just going to have a little chat. So getting back to what I was saying about the spray at the beginning of the video there. You may have heard me talk in my unboxing video because I said generally I don't like using sprays as sprays. I love the medium itself. I like to tip them into a bowl and dip a paintbrush in it, or dip a brush directly into the bottle. You know, I will sponge them. I will do all sorts of things with them. But generally, I don't like the traditional spray pattern that they give on a page. And I always try to look for other ways of using them. So that's why I fiddled around with that bit of cardstock and sprayed the spray onto it just to have a bit of a play with it. I still didn't love it. I absolutely adore the colour of the spray. It's this really beautiful pink, shimmery. It's like a deep sort of pink. It's almost got like a cherry undertone to it. I love the shimmer in it, but I have to say that when I sprayed it on the page, I just don't love the spray pattern on the page because it's not my jam. Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying that if you don't love it, don't do it. I'm just saying that for me, it's not my thing. However, I will try and challenge myself to use that background that I sprayed in a future project. So stay tuned. I promise I will do something with it at some stage, but it just didn't quite work for what I had planned for this today. Now, my other focus for this page that I was putting together this month was to focus on some of the exclusive printables, the subscriber printables that the Kitaholic Kits subscribers are provided each month. They come with generally a set of florals. There are also a whole stack of other printables, which include labels, they include pocket cards, they include other little icons, phrases, words, all sorts of things. And these are provided every month to the subscribers, and you simply print them out and cut them out, and you can print them as many times as you like. The subscribers are also provided with exclusive cut files every month. I don't have one on the page this time, but you would have seen my project a couple ago. I did use one of them on there. So I would encourage you to pop over and check out all the details of how to subscribe to the kit so that you don't miss out on getting these things as well. So, getting back to my layout there, you can see that I have in my little bowl there a whole mix of flowers and leaves. Now, these flowers and leaves that I have in there, I think I actually put together a bit of a mix that came from 3 separate sets of printables. I think I had some in there from December, I think I had some from January, and I think I had some of the February ones in there as well. I'm not entirely sure because once I start cutting into those sheets, I can't remember which sheet came from where. So I just cut out a whole heap of them, sort of in blues, a little bit of green because I like the little bit of pop of green from the leaves and stuff as it provides a nice contrast. I had a few in that sort of indigo colour there, which again provides a really nice contrast, and it ties in really well with that deep blue paper, the Vicky Bouton one. And I also printed out, cut out a few in pink and peach tones because I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to use on this page. And what else did I use? Okay, so what I'm fiddling with here, there are actually a couple of little die cuts from the Jen Hadfield ephemera pack there. I chose that little grocery store building, because you can see the little rows of groceries, which I thought worked really well with the rows of donuts in the cabinet behind my daughter. I also chose that cute little car with the lady sort of waving out the window. And then I am just tucking in some florals. You can see that I am creating 3 main clusters on my page. On the right-hand side there, down sort of in the bottom left-hand corner, and then up in the top at the middle. That's to keep that balance going with the visual triangle, and you can see that my photos fall within that visual triangle. In my cluster on the left hand side, you can see that beautiful handmade heart there. That's from Charms Creations. So it's got layers of pink felt, and then it's got a hessian over the top, and then I just stuck one of the printable flowers on with a little dab of glue. You can see my journaling card there. I actually took it off camera and took it over to my typewriter just to add my typed journaling on that card. That was, I think, from one of the Amy Tan papers. And now I'm going in with the Heidi Swap stickers and looking to see what I can add from the Heidi Swap sticker book. I don't know how long, like at the best of times, it can take me quite a while to get through one sticker sheet. So I can't even imagine how long this huge sticker book is going to last me for. I'm going to be using this thing forever because it is so full of stickers. So what I was looking for, I was just looking through the phrases there to see what might work. And what I did come across was that treat yourself sticker, which is what I ultimately used for my page title because I thought it was perfect. The photo of my daughter with her milkshake and in front of the donuts. So I just stuck that along the bottom edge of that little car die cut because I thought it looked really sweet, like written down the side of the car like that. Yeah, I got a few other little stickers out of there. I can see I used the little pink chevrons just to point at the journaling. And I have to say, I'm really sorry about the lighting in this video. It was particularly difficult on this day because the sun was coming in and going out and coming in and going out, and my auto white balance just kept adjusting as the light in the room changed. So my apologies for that. But I will have photos up at the end here so you can see things in true colour. What else did I do to this page to finish off? Oh, I did actually go in with that same spray that I showed you on the cardstock earlier, that Dilution Shimmer Spray, and I used that to add, there it is, I used it to add splatters to my page and just sort of bring it all together. And that was pretty much all I did on this one. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye.